So all that sound and fury between India's top politicians today over the cash for votes scandal. But for the ordinary person, what actually emerged at the end of this fiery debate? Well, exactly nothing, except a promise by the government that the Delhi police will investigate further the issue of MPs being bribed as alleged by the BJP in 2008. But regarding the contents of the WikiLeaks cable, which said that a US official actually saw money in a box allegedly in Satish Sharma's house, well, no further investigation on that. Let's just debate exactly where this is going. Is the sound and fury eventually much ado over nothing? Joining me tonight is Manish Tiwari, Lok Sabha MP and spokesman of the Congress. Also with me, Rajiv Pratap Rudy, spokesman of the BJP. I'm also joined by Sudhindra Kulkarni, formerly part of the BJP establishment, now a columnist and activist who is apparently, according to Tehelka, the mastermind of the sting operation in 2008 when BJP MPs alleged that they were bribed and the money is produced on the floor of the House. And Shoma Chaudhary, managing editor of Tehelka. Tehelka, of course, has published today an article which claims to have, they claim to have fresh evidence showing that the sting, rather than the BJP MPs being offered money, was actually a plan by Sudhindra Kulkarni and Arun Jaitley to actually trap an entrapment operation by the BJP rather than the other way around. Let's go across first to Manish Tiwari. Manish, what Tehelka said today has been used by the government within the parliament to say that the entire sting operation was masterminded by the BJP. The BJP's point that the government is clouding the main issues. Was that vote of confidence eventually tainted? Looking at two separate incidents, the money being produced on the floor of the House and the contents of the WikiLeaks cable.
Well, Sonia, I think you need to make a distinction between a sting and an entrapment operation. What Tehelka has brought out today was that it was an entrapment operation conceived, conceptualized, implemented, orchestrated by the Bharatiya Janata Party, and the trail of evidence goes into the highest echelons of the Bharatiya Janata Party. It was perhaps the saddest travesty of democracy that here was a legitimately elected government which went to the floor of the House to seek the confidence of the House, and you had the principal opposition party, which would have been the beneficiary had that vote of confidence not gone through, trying to vilify, trying to malign that vote of confidence by adopting the most unconstitutional and unethical means which could possibly have been available to them. So therefore, I think you need to make a distinction out here. And number two, on your question on WikiLeaks also, yes. I have earlier said that there's a moral hazard in dignifying hearsay, with a response. And in this particular instance, even what the Hindu has brought out, it is not what Stephen White has seen. See, Stephen White has relied upon the hearsay of another employee who ostensibly was told by some political aide that apparently there were chests of cash lying around. So therefore, what you have as evidence on one hand is an entrapment operation, and on the other hand, you have a hearsay, and it is on this on this sand that the Bharatiya Janata Party tried to construct its castle, and it fell flat today in the House.
But Manish, you're making this point about entrapment, about hearsay, but the point is that whether it's entrapment or a sting, the MPs were given money, they claim, by the Samajwadi Party leader Amar Singh. So the money does exist. They were given money even if they went out looking for it, as it were. Let me bring in Rajiv Pratap Rudy on that. Distinguish between entrapment and the sting. The BJP operation has backfired. Right, I'll just come back to Manish. Let me just get Rajiv Pratap Rudy on that first. Rajiv, go ahead.
Well, what Manish says, and I think he is attempting to say, but the fact remains that when the Samajwadi Party, which were certain charges against the Samajwadi Party, and the charge sheet was changed by the Central Investigating Agency to help them out, it was the time when the Samajwadi Party came to the help of or rescue of the party which was turned into a minority. Right. And that was the time there was a gentleman named Mr. Saxena who traveled all the way to the BJP MPs offering them. Yes. And even the Mr. Dev's report says that Revati Raman Singh should not act as a Shanigan was reported in that case. And when the BJP MPs who were purportedly being trapped, as said by Mr. Manish Tiwari, is what he's saying is absolutely correct. The BJP MPs fortunately became the whistleblowers, and they were the people who informed the media. They were the people who informed the media channel. They were the people who informed the BJP leadership, is exactly what Manish Tiwari is saying. And that has been amply proven, even in the report, that the man who was a baiter there was an MP of the Samajwadi Party, who was also a beneficiary in the vote, in the vote process. So what Manish says is exactly what we are saying.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone, fastest scorecard, special analysis, and much more. Download free. ndtv.com/apps.